welcome to Tea with Tanya. I'm your host, Tanya Mitchell, and I am drinking today some positive energy tea. You don't think I'm telling the truth? Positive energy. It's vanilla spice, and it has all kinds of other ingredients in it, but it tastes amazing. Mm. It's very earthy and soothing as it goes down. And it just kind of, I like to drink this tea because I think that everything is gonna be okay today because I'm using my tea to help bring in everything and pull in everything that I want to happen and the energy flow of how I feel about what's happening in and around me. So this is a really good tea. They sell it at Kroger. They sell it at Target. They sell this tea at many places. So Sprouts is really good to find this tea as well. So mm, so good. But anyway, today I'm elated to introduce to some people and then, just kind of reacquaint you with some others. My family, Chef Carla, the owner of Purple Pantry Meal Creations. I'm so excited to have you with me today, Chef Carla, Aunt Carla. I can say chef, aunt, or aunt chef. I'm not sure which one.
It's all relative and it's all good. I'm so happy to be here, Tanya. I'm super excited.
This is
I'm super
very exciting.
excited.
Purple Pantry, come on. I mean, it's mind blowing for me because I know, your history and your background. So I just want you to tell us a little bit about what made you want to become a chef and well, before you get into that, just give us a little background history on who you are before you even became a chef.
Okay, well, I have to go back to, well, I am, for me, I'm just a woman who is, I'm a mother, I am a sister, and also a daughter. I'm a daughter of two wonderful people. And that alone is a foundation. So, and that alone really led me to be what I am today, having two great parents, um, who showed me what love was all about, who showed me what the love of food was all about. And then being a mother, and that alone, just you grow up in so many ways. And also having a great support system, meaning my family, and that's you, and that's my children, my nieces and nephews, and
Sister.
everybody. Yeah. And so that alone just makes me who I am. That's my foundation. So that's basically who I am. I
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
me.
when in the wake of all that, when did you know that you wanted to become a chef?
Well, I think I need to, go back
Okay.
to my parents, because mom and daddy, they were excellent cooks. They were like, and this, Tanya,
Yes.
they were excellent cooks. And anybody who knows my mom and dad or have had any kind of connection or relationship with my mother and father, and by the way, for those who don't know, they have both passed on, but bless their souls, they were excellent cooks. And, my father, daddy was, he could make a roast and
Yes.
beautiful, silky, glossy candy yams.
Yes.
And he
Miss
was
that
just,
so much.
he could really throw down. When I think about it, I was like, they both could have had a really good restaurant. And of course my mom, mama was very, she cooked balanced meals.
Mm-hmm.
And she was versatile in her cooking too. You know, mama just, she didn't always just do the southern cooking. You know, she could do Italian food.
Mhm.
She could take a duck and you know, you just hurt yourself with
Yeah.
it because I mean, it was just, she just was, it was just naturally in her. And like I said, for both of them, they were great cooks. So from there, I think that that was a legacy that they left.
Of
And
course.
although I was not, you know, I don't think I was like in the kitchen with them all the time. I
Mhm.
really wasn't. But believe it or not, I did see some things that they did. You know, I watched them, and maybe even subconsciously it stayed there. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
I
Maybe I,
have to agree with that.
yeah.
I do. I have to agree with that because it's just been in you ever since I've known, you to cook. You were able to cook, whip up some really tasty foods.
Yeah, and
So,
I
yeah.
think, yeah, and you know, your environment, it does affect your actions, you
Mhm.
know, in a certain way.
Yeah.
And so I was just in an environment where food was like the focal point
Mhm.
of, you know, even our gathering together. We just knew, you know, wherever it would be, whether it would be at my parents' house or your house, or you know, my sister's homes or whatever, we just knew we were going to have some good food.
Yes.
So I think from there, as I progressed on into motherhood,
Mhm.
um, you know, when I prepared my children's meals, you know, it was never a task. You know, it was never like, I gotta cook. You know, it was, you know, it was
I
always,
feel so terrible.
and that's okay, Tanya. It's not for, you know, everybody has their own thing, you know.
True.
But for
True.
me, it was not, it was never a daunting task.
Mhm.
It was always something that, you know, it's like, oh, what am I gonna do today for them, or what am I gonna cook? And I think they would be excited about
Mhm.
what I was gonna cook, because I was never the one that wanted to cook the same thing all the time. I wanted to try something new, whether it worked out or not. I wanted to try something new. So that connection to food goes a long
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
back. And
Mhm.
like I said, as a working mother, I, you know, even when they were taking their lunches to school, I didn't want to give them the same little sandwich and potato chips. And, you know, I wanted to give them, sometimes send them with warm food. I would get a thermos and fill it up with different little things, and they would enjoy it, you know. So I
Mhm.
knew that there was some type of connection and versatility in cooking,
Yeah.
So
I love that too about you, and I know that is true about you because um, there's so many different meals that when we have our potluck gatherings as family, and of course before COVID we had them more
right,
often,
right,
but
right,
um, when we would have them, I would be so excited because I would never really know what you were planning to bring unless we had already discussed
right,
it. But I would
right,
always, I still always am excited to try something new because you always take that gourmet route, which
yeah,
is, that's your signature. Is it and the meals, the foods always taste perfect,
thank
just
you.
like they look. I mean, you're present from the presentation to of the food to the taste of it. It's
Yeah,
everything is always so precise and so delicious. I
thank you.
really, really admire that about you. And so that's how I really, saw the chef in you too. Because I'm like, I cannot. But
And, you know,
Carla, she can.
and you know, it's really, it's all about you get confirmations all along the way, and you would say it, and even when I, you know, would go to work, or if we had something at work at the time, and I would bring whatever I was going to bring, and people would be like, "Oh my God, Carla, you know." this is so delicious. You should be doing something. You need to be doing something food related. So it's
Yeah.
all like all these little confirmations, coming at me, and that's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just, we kind of, we're outside, we're operating in something different, but we get these little confirmations from
Yeah.
other people, and that really somewhat. It's not like you need the validation, but they
Right.
somehow, kind of
It's always
validate what you
good.
should.
It's always good to have that a little bit, every
Yeah,
now and then, especially when you are when it comes in an unexpected form too,
I know.
and when you've been thinking about it, you've been, creating an idea of entrepreneurship in your brain,
Yeah,
and somebody comes along and they remember a meal you cooked, and they say something to you that
yeah,
jars you,
right.
and it's there's nothing like that in the world. So when it comes to thinking about your ideas that way, kind of give us some insight on what that was like for you, the creation or the vision of Purple Pantry and how it unfolded in your brain. Tell us about it.
Well, really, like I said, when I knew that I had this, just bond and connection with food, um, I would, just kind of immerse myself in it. My TV stayed on the food channel
Mhm.
and the cooking channel. And I would just look at some of these chefs, who have been doing it for years, G. Garvin, Emerald, um, Ina Garden. I mean, just these people who have been doing this for years, loving it,
Mhm.
living it, and producing things that just make people smile, and they never forget it, and they come back for
Mhm.
more.
Mhm.
So that really intrigued me. And so I just didn't know what way I wanted to do it, because, you could be a chef at a restaurant, or you could be this executive chef, you could be a sous chef, or, I just didn't know at what level I wanted to do it.
Right.
And what really, the light bulb moment, so to
Mhm.
speak, was when one day I was looking at a magazine. I was looking at Ebony magazine, so as a matter of fact, and they were spotlighting entrepreneurs, Black women who were entrepreneurs. And one of those Black women was a personal chef. And I just, I started reading about her story, and how she, started out part-time, and then she kind of worked her way through, and eventually she's doing this thing that she loves,
Mhm.
as her career.
Mhm.
And so it was almost like I say, a light bulb moment. And I was like, gosh, I think this is it. This is really where I want to at least start. You never know where you'll go.
Mhm.
There's no limit to where you can
Right.
go.
That's right.
But I was like, man, this is something that I would really love to do, to actually be someone's personal chef, to customize their meals to their palate or to their dietary needs, not just um, shooting out food or like a production line. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I just wanted to do something different. And that, when I saw that, and I saw, how she was so successful in it, it was so inspiring to me.
Mhm.
Um, and that's when I kind of knew, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to be a personal chef, and I want to have my own business and do this in a way that will, fit me as well as others. So
Right.
that's kind of how I knew Purple Pantry was going to happen. I didn't really know about what to name it
Mhm.
until later on. I was driving down Poplar Avenue. You know, it's amazing how things come to you.
Right.
And
I'm just interested to see where this is going. Poplar Avenue, I know that street, and creative thoughts are there, but they're not the kind that you want to really create. That street, oh my goodness. But tell us
all
what happened.
streets, I'm going down Poplar Avenue, okay? And and I'm, you know, of course, in my mind, I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking about, you know, I was like, man, I really want a name that will incorporate my characteristics and, you know, who I am, and then what I want to, you know, give
Accomplished,
and
yeah.
serve. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
So, and I was like, you know, and I just said, God, I need a name. And I had been thinking of names and writing them down and putting them away, but they just didn't click. And as I was going down Poplar, the name Purple Pantry just in my head, just there.
bam.
Bang.
Glad it
And
wasn't
I
a
was
car, it
like,
just happened, right?
I know, and I was like, and I even kind of gasped when it came to my mind. I was like,
So catchy.
I said the Purple Pantry Meal Creations. I said that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Because you know when you think about it, and to speak to the color purple,
Mm.
you know, it means a lot of things. You know,
Yes.
creativity and richness and royalty and goodness. You know, it speaks to a lot of things.
Yes, it
So
does.
positive things.
Yes,
So um
absolutely.
but you know, and of course it's one of my favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, you know, this is going to work, because that's what I want. I want, you know, good food to come from the Purple Pantry, and,
Right.
you know, support nutrition and support wellness and flavor and goodness. You know, these are the things that I feel is incorporated into the name.
Yeah.
So that's how I, you know, came up with the Purple Pantry Meal Creations. It just
Okay. So, and I
came to
love
me on
that. I
Poplar
never knew
Avenue.
that. Poplar Avenue. I
It
never
came
knew.
to me on Poplar, of all the places, you know, congestion and all traffic.
You may have been sitting still and had time to think.
I may have been. It's just, you know, like, wow, of all
At a
places.
light or a train or dodging a pothole, just
Who knows? Trying
who
to stay in
knows?
your lane and not hit anybody, hoping they will
Right,
come over on you, or, you know, I don't know. It just it
right.
came out of that. So
That's awesome. That is such an awesome story. And
yeah.
I just want to piggyback a little bit on your children. I want to just backtrack, not piggyback. Well, I am piggybacking and backtracking at the same
Yeah.
time. Okay, so I want to mention this as because I'm your niece and I know you and your family and my cousins, and okay, so I understand that when you first started as a personal chef, you were helping one of your children. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, my son Greg is a personal trainer. Okay, he's an
Hmm.
excellent personal trainer.
Right.
Uh, he's now in Vegas doing his thing, you know, as a personal trainer. And he actually came to me, you know, and it's amazing how, you know, you can't dismiss and minimize things that come from your children just because they're younger. It doesn't mean that they're less wiser or they don't know. You know, I know they
Absolutely.
do have a, you know, they have growing up and developing and development to do. But he came to me, he said, "Ma, you can really like connect with my clients and provide them with meals."
Yes.
And I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah,
Isn't
Mom."
that awesome?
He said, "Yeah, you could do that." And so it went from there, because, you know, sometimes things doesn't, you know how you have in your mind how you want things to start, how
Right.
you you have it all laid out.
Yes.
You got your little plan together,
Hmm.
and I was like, okay, I can, okay, I'll do it, because I really, had my own little vision in mind, to how to begin,
Hmm.
and once I got my things together and did my little due diligence and everything and set my menu up and everything, and it just clicked. It just worked out. I started getting clients from his clients.
Hmm.
So it was all just, it just worked out so beautifully, and
Agree. I agree. I think that was the perfect
yeah, that,
entrance into your chefhood.
yeah, yeah, my chefhood. I mean, I, connected with them and, did their assessments to see, what dietary needs they were seeking, and it all just worked out really, really, really nicely. And I
Yeah.
do appreciate my son, um, thinking of me and, connecting with me while he was here in that way, and
Yes, as he was
allowing,
creating his own ability to be an entrepreneur, and how that concept came to him, I think that is impeccable timing.
mm-hmm,
It's amazing. It's that connection that it's everything. It's
I know.
the confirmation you needed, and I'm so grateful that you heard the call.
Yeah, yeah, and
Because like you said, we have visions of our own, but when they unfold and they don't look like what we anticipated, sometimes people reject that. And I'm
right,
so grateful that you can share your story so
right.
that people will see when opportunity comes and you're ready. Go.
Mm-hmm. And
Just go
yeah,
scared, go,
yeah,
go unsure, go.
right, right. And
Yeah.
that's one thing I so admire about both my kids.
Uh-huh.
Whitney and Greg,
Oh my goodness.
they are just, it's like there's no fear,
Yeah, and what
in
they
what
are
they want,
capable
yeah, and what they are
of doing.
thinking and what they want, and they are both entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
and then when
Okay,
I say,
so I
mhm,
just want to say this about Whitney. She has become so enveloped in her beautification of people. I mean, I want to actually link their information with yours
okay,
underneath this video, because
okay,
they are both entrepreneurs and they're both
right,
excellent in their fields.
they
And
really,
I want that exposure for them as well. Of course, maybe even an interview, who knows?
yeah,
But
I
um,
know, right? But they are, I appreciate that, Tanya. That's so beautiful and wonderful, because isn't that what, that's a part of entrepreneurship, is
yes,
to support
network.
and yeah, to network and connect and help
Yes,
and, build up,
yeah,
so yeah, but they are great, and I'm not just saying this because they're my kids. They have actually like gone to school and they have honed in on their craft. They
yeah,
have, gotten their certifications, and they have, uh, been striving and grinding and working hard to build what they have. It
right,
didn't just fall in their lap.
right.
And I just, they really encouraged me, really,
Hmm.
really. They were
I get it.
encouragement to me, because when I saw how they were just so relentless about what they wanted to do,
Hmm.
and not having any limitations, not placing these invisible walls
Hmm.
around themselves, they really encouraged me. Like, they were my cheerleaders, and I
Yes.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I
Okay,
do.
so Carla, what we're going to do now is
Okay.
go to some actual cooking that you did. And
Okay.
unfortunately, it couldn't be live this time, but
Yeah,
and we don't have smell-o-vision or anything, but I will put this
unfortunately.
out here for everybody as a disclaimer from you and Tea with Tanya that we are not responsible for the drools that you will have from these pictures. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to show this. Okay, so just give us a little information about the dish that you prepared. You prepared a dish. What was it? Cajun chicken, right?
Cajun chicken.
Okay.
And
So
yeah.
is um here are the ingredients. So go over that with us.
Okay, so I guess let's start from the olive oil and then I'll go clockwise, okay?
Okay.
So first you're going to start with olive oil, and that's about a quarter of a cup. You may need a little bit more, maybe a quarter of a cup to half a cup of olive oil. And you can certainly use another type of oil,
Mm-hmm.
Tanya, if you want to use canola oil or grapeseed oil or
But
avocado.
why do you use olive oil? I love olive oil. And
I
you
love olive oil,
mentioned
and and there are different types, but this particular olive oil that I use is kind of like a good fruity olive oil that's good for marinades.
oh,
This is the type that I chose, you know,
okay.
and I love olive oil. It's just, to me, it's just beautiful. Just the color is beautiful to
The
me.
smell and yeah,
Uh-huh,
the
the
aroma.
smell.
Hmm.
And then olive oil is good for you anyway. It's good for your skin. I mean, it's there's a purpose,
Yes.
you know, in it.
Yeah.
So, but I chose olive oil. Now, canola oil is an oil that doesn't have much flavor.
Hmm.
It's pretty flat, but if you know, as you can see, we have a lot of flavor that we're going to put into the oil. So you can certainly use canola oil.
Okay.
I wouldn't suggest vegetable oil simply because it's kind of heavy.
Okay.
But certainly if
And
that's
chicken
all,
has its own oils too.
it
So,
does. It
okay.
does. So something a little bit lighter may be more appropriate. So
Okay. All right.
and then we got garlic powder, about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder.
Okay.
And just so you know, we're creating a Cajun rub or Cajun marinade, so to speak. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is what all of this is going to be. So
Okay.
then we have paprika, about a tablespoon of paprika, smoked paprika if you have it. And then we have some I'm sorry, some dried basil,
Okay.
and that's about a tablespoon of that. Thyme. Now I use fresh thyme, but you could certainly use dried thyme.
Okay.
About a teaspoon and a half of salt, some chicken bouillon, and that's about a teaspoon worth of chicken bouillon. And you may ask, well, why are you using chicken bouillon? So what I really like to do is concentrate the flavor of chicken, you know,
Okay.
concentrate that, have that concentrated flavor of chicken. And then we have some diced or minced garlic. Okay, and that's about a tablespoon and a half. And so in the middle here, we have cayenne pepper. That's about a teaspoon of that. Now, if you like it hotter, you can use a little bit more. And then we got some fresh cracked pepper.
All right, so now here we have our raw chicken and
Right,
it's ready for all those wonderful ingredients.
right.
Tell us about what you're doing here. What's that process called?
Okay, so this is actually, I'm pulling back the skin of the chicken and I am marinating the meat, the meat,
Okay,
because you know I'm big on flavor. And so what I don't want is just the flavor to be on the skin. I want the flavor to be saturated into the meat. as
Right.
well. So
Right.
what I'm doing is pulling back the skin and dipping my brush into the marinade and just slathering that on the skin. And if you can get your brush down to the leg part, just put that marinade all the way through on the leg. And as you can see on the top, I'm pulling the breast skin back
Mm-hmm.
and putting that marinade all the way down into the breast part, because we want all that flavor to just be saturated and penetrated into the meat.
Right. So how long is this process? Because I mean, here's the cutting of the chicken. I think here you took the back. You said you
Right. Now
process.
this is the spatchcock process. This is where you get your kitchen shears and you just cut that back, go all the way up and cut the back out. And
Okay.
it's not a long process. If you don't mind, taking this extra step, it's
Mm-hmm.
not a long process. It's just a matter of taking that bone out. And then the previous slide where you showed I had the knife going in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really cutting the chicken. Yeah, you pull that out.
Mm-hmm.
And once you pull that out, you take your knife and kind of split the back of the breast so it can lay, you
Flat.
know, flat.
So you're taking this out and then you're going back to this
Yeah.
where
Once you're taking that bone out of the back, then you just kind of slice. You're not going to go all the way through
to
uh,
separate it.
to separate it, but you're just kind of slicing that back so that when you turn it over,
Mm-hmm.
you will have the chicken laying flat.
Okay, and I think that turning over would be
That's
this.
yeah, and
Okay.
that's the way it's gonna lay flat. Um, on your cookie sheet or your sheet pan. And also, what I like to do, if you notice at the top, is put the wings, kind of tuck them in,
I see that.
to the
Okay.
back, and that just keeps them from burning.
It's
Once they get into
flexing.
the like it's flexing.
That's exactly what I get. I just dropped my tea, but it's okay. We're gonna keep going.
I'll Tanya.
Things are just worth it.
Okay. Okay, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So
So
you're keeping the wings tucked in. And tell
yeah.
me again why you do that.
Well, it's just for me. That's a preference, okay. But
Okay.
for me, it keeps those wings from the tip of the wings from burning.
Oh,
Once you put them in the oven and it starts to cook, the little tips, they get done really quick and they tend to burn sometimes.
yes.
And so I just tuck them back behind the breast,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and that keeps them from burning. That's just my
Okay.
preference. Yeah.
All right. So we discussed all of the ingredients that were so um, appetizing,
Right.
and
Right.
here is what you put it, how you put it all together.
That's how you do it. Once you mix it up and everything, this is the way your marinade, so to speak, is going to look. It's going to be really
That is
beautiful.
so rich and
It's
beautiful.
yeah, it's gonna be so beautiful and red and spicy and Cajun-y, if that's even a word.
It
Uh,
is today.
so it's yeah, you mix all that together, and that's the way
Yeah.
it's gonna be
And I
looking.
love the way that looks and how you're basting the entire chicken and even
Yeah,
flip it over and baste
right. Get
the
that
other
back.
side.
Yeah, we don't want any one-sided seasoned food. We're gonna
Right.
season the back because there's plenty of meat back there.
Yeah,
So
and
uh-huh.
delicious.
Yeah, so you season the back of that meat and with the marinade and just brush it along.
Okay. And there we go again from here
Yeah.
to some deliciousness. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness,
Yeah.
people.
And so, and if you notice like the crispiness, that skin, if you're gonna bake it, and I didn't have this instruction or give it to you, but you're gonna bake that chicken for at least an hour and 15 minutes, depending on the size of your chicken. Now, this
Okay.
is like a 5 pound, chicken.
Yeah, this is a
Maybe
nice
a little,
size chicken.
maybe a little over 5 pounds. I think it was like 5.5 pounds.
Wow.
And so, but you started out to get that skin crispy. When you get to that part where you've marinated the whole chicken, you can put it in the refrigerator, cover it with plastic, put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours or even overnight.
Okay.
And what it's doing is kind of drying out that skin. And it's also giving time for the marinade to, get into the meat and get into the,
Mm-hmm.
the skin. And once you take it out and let it sit, take it out of the refrigerator and let it sit for about 20 minutes or so, just to cool it down just a little bit. You don't ever want to
Okay.
take
You want it to
something.
be room temperature and not
Yeah,
cold.
not cold. You don't ever want to take something just cold out of the refrigerator and stick it in the oven, because that's protein, and you need that protein to kind of loosen up just a little bit
Okay.
before you put it in the oven. Now, that's a little tip. You don't
Okay.
want to just take something out the refrigerator and stick it into a hot oven. Let it just kind of cool down and at least come to a nice room temperature. It's not going to be hot, but
Mm-hmm.
come to a room temperature, and then stick it in the oven. And but once you stick it in the oven, I put it on 400
Mm-hmm.
for about 20 to 25 minutes to crisp and brown the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I turn it down to like 350 for the remainder of the time, so that, everything else can get done. So
Okay.
the breast and the thighs and legs can get done. But
So
that's
does the entire chicken cook uncovered the whole time?
um actually, that's a good question, Tanya. Actually, you can, once the skin has browned, okay,
Okay.
you can take some aluminum foil and place it, just don't wrap the chicken, just place it on top, okay?
Okay.
And
So
uh,
don't tuck the pan. Don't
no,
just
don't
close it.
you don't have to fold it under and tighten
Gotcha.
it
Okay.
and all that, because what's that's gonna do is take away from your crispy skin, okay?
Mm.
So what you're gonna just put it over the
Mm-hmm.
top, put it over the top, and that will allow the rest of the meat to cook and not, and your skin won't burn. Your
Okay.
skin won't burn. And maybe the last 10 minutes of cooking, you can remove that foil and just let it finish cooking.
Okay.
And then you can have that crispy skin and really delicious juicy chicken, juicy
Yes.
chicken. And you can serve it. I have it here with some roasted sweet potatoes
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that I just put on a sheet pan with some olive oil and brown sugar and a little cinnamon, and just roast it for a little bit, maybe 10 minutes or so. And it's delicious with this Cajun chicken. It's just delicious.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yes.
this is making me so hungry. Okay, so and I know other people are getting hungry too. So we're gonna take them directly to Purple Pantry's website
Oh,
so that um, they can see exactly how to contact you. All right, you want to tell us a
okay.
little bit about your website?
Okay, well, I must say I am so very proud of my website. I
It's
mean,
beautiful.
it's something that I'm really thankful for. I'm so thankful for. The website basically gives details about the services that I offer. I offer prepared meal plans. They can be weekly, they can be bi-weekly, they can be, monthly. I also offer in-home services, and same thing. I offer, and this is really good for those who are so busy, and or
Yes.
those who they just don't have the time, or it's not that they can't cook, it's not that they don't want to cook, they're so busy they don't have the time. Or even those who can't cook, look, I can't cook, but I want some good meals.
Yes.
I want some freshly prepared meals. And so but I don't want to go out, you know
Mm-hmm.
and this allows me to come into the home and prep the meals, uh, put those meals in your refrigerator, and make it convenient for you, where all you have to do is open your refrigerator and pull out the meals. They're labeled with instructions on what to do, how to
Oh, wow.
reheat it. And you just pull out your meal and cook it and eat it. And you don't have to
Okay.
worry about going out or trying to figure out what you want to eat. So that's another
Okay.
service that I offer.
So
So,
you will actually go into someone's home and prepare their
oh
food?
yeah, that's one of
Have
the
mercy. So I'm gonna answer this question for you. I had a question for you about how is Purple Pantry different from other meal prep companies or businesses, and I must say that is the
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, if you really delve into the personal life of a personal chef, that is one of the things that they do,
yeah.
is in-home meal preps, because you have this is, and even now with everything that's going on, a lot of people would rather sometimes have someone to come in and prepare their food, this one person who's handling their food, and not have to go out and go to a restaurant and distance and sanitize. And of course all this will go on with the personal chef. As a personal chef, I will sanitize, and I
Yes,
will
absolutely.
I
But
will
that's
do the
one
proper,
you. That's one
right,
person,
proper distancing. But that's just this one person,
Mhm.
who preparing these customized meals just for you.
Mhm. Mhm. And
So
this is so
yeah,
unique and stylish and personable. I believe it answers every question to your meal concerns
right,
and
right,
planning and party planning. And I mean, you even have event catering. So
right.
I mean, Purple Pantry is it's pretty much a one stop
Yeah.
to your perfect healthy meal solutions.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
consulting you and you being able to speak to people about their meal preferences, that's
Right.
personalization is top in today's society. Everything needs to be about who it's for. So
It
and
is.
the fact that your meals and that you have developed a way to communicate this in the means of food is ideal. It's timely, it's convenient, it's affordable, and a it's investing. It's investment in your health, in your
It
food, your
is.
family.
It
Because
is.
I mean, just like you would go to the grocery shop, this grocery store and shop, this is
Exactly.
that without you
It
having
is.
to
It's
go.
it's a convenience. It really is, because you have a personal chef that's basically going to go to the grocery store and select, quality ingredients, and come into either meal prep it and bring it to you, deliver it to you, or I come into your home and prep these meals and store them in your refrigerator. I'm gone, and you have the pleasure of just, opening your refrigerator and pulling out your meals and reheating the meals and going on,
That is
with your life,
yes, yes, which is what we all want to do.
No, I know. And so it's just, and so to speak to what makes it different, Purple Pantry different, it's like it's not a production line. It's not, just, oh, I just spew out healthy foods, or I just spew out, Southern foods and things of that nature. But what I want to do is cater to your need, your dietary need. You may not want food with a lot of sugar in it, that contains a lot of sugar or contains a lot of carbs, or
Right.
or you may want, hey, I just want a good comfort meal. Can you give me
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, loaded with it doesn't have to be, so lean that, I can't, really enjoy it. But
That you
at
can't
the same,
savor the flavor, right?
yeah, right. That I can't savor the flavor, but give me something that's a wonderful comfort meal, or I
Hmm.
want something that's, Italian. I want some Caribbean food. I want some
Mm.
Creole food,
Some
So
different flavors and
yeah,
spices that you don't normally prepare on your own.
right,
Yeah.
right. And
This
that's
is
what,
awesome.
yeah, that's what makes it a little bit different from the others. So
Yeah, it is. Well, I'm excited. And just for all the viewers and listeners, I will have all of the Purple Pantry Meal Creations information,
okay.
Chef Carla's information underneath this video. So be sure to look out for all of that. You will have access to her website and also access to some services offered by her children. The spa services and personal training. Although Gregory, the personal trainer, your son, is in Las Vegas, I can still set up a website, a link for him that
Right.
he
And
can respond
he
to.
does offer, I think he still does, and they would have to check, but he does offer virtual training.
He sure
So
does. He
yeah, as
sure
far as I
does.
know, he offers virtual training. He's an
And
excellent trainer.
oh my goodness, that dude is a beast. He is a beast, y'all. And just wait.
He
If you don't know him on social media, what is he going on as social media? Is it it's Greg, but it's something
well, I
else.
think on
I'll
face
figure it out.
I think on Facebook he's Greg Savage, and then on Instagram he's Imperfect Gentleman.
Okay, okay.
Uh, so, and then Whitney is Twinkle Lux Skincare. Uh-huh.
That is
And
so
she will
her.
have you twinkling. She will have
That
your skin twinkling and glowing. I'm
that
telling you.
girl is great. I can't wait till she gets a hold of this skin right here though, because we're gonna need
I,
some repair.
I need to go in there and get a full facial myself. So yeah,
Oh yeah. So
she will have your skin twinkling. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, again, Carla, Chef Aunt Carla, thank you so much.
Tanya, thank you. Okay.
This is
Thank
amazing.
you.
You're welcome, and I'm so excited for the Purple Pantry to become a household name.
Me too,
Because I
Tanya.
believe
Yeah.
that your food, and I know your food is the bomb, and everybody who tasted would agree that your food and your services are, I mean, it's perfect. Everything has been well thought out. I don't think there's anything that you've left out. So go to Purple Pantry Meal Creations website, guys. Find out how to order your next week's meal for your family. This is the most incredible um, design of food and thoughtfulness that I think I've seen in the service of food. So I appreciate your service being
Thank
out
you
there
so much, Tanya. I
so
appreciate
much.
you. You're
Thank
such an
you.
inspiration, whether you know it or not. You are just a ball of sunshine. I mean that. And you're
Thank
such
you.
a beautiful person, sharing, giving, inspiring, and you've always been a cheerleader for me too, and I appreciate that. You've always been there,
Thank you.
and I love you for it. I love you for this opportunity. I mean, I couldn't ask for more. I really couldn't. You're
Thank
just
you.
beautiful. You're beautiful. I love
I
you.
appreciate it. I love you too, Auntie Chef. Go cook something great. And again, it's been great speaking with you. And
Oh,
everybody go on out there, go to Purple Pantry Creations,
yeah.
find that link under this video. And we've had a great time here talking about food. I'm
Yeah, we
hungry. I'm going to find something on my way to the Purple Pantry because I need a snack. And you have snacks. You offer snacks too. So I mean, you guys have to go to the website and just go through all the entire thing. There's everything for your appetite on that
yeah,
website.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you,
again, this is
Tanya.
Tea
I've
with
had lots of
Tanya.
fun.
Bye, everybody. Remember to
Bye
hit that
bye.
like and subscribe button, and
Like
I'll
and
see you next
subscribe.
week. Bye.
Bye, Tanya.
Bye.